Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. Hey, how y'all doing? I was trying my best to get it before 12, so I couldn't name it Tell It Like It Is Tuesday, so it's whatever Wednesday. How about that? I had an extremely long day. It started very early, and I'm not going to be on here long because I have to get some rest. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. And hey, Boss Lady New Jersey, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Um, Last night was extremely high octane. And hi, Terry. Last night was extremely high octane. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attempt to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this. Number one, I'm okay. Number two, everything is okay. Now, number three, mainly, sometimes when information comes in and you're not expecting a vibe like that, you tend to react instead of respond. And after a period of time, you tend to, hi, Regina, how are you, love? After a period of time, you tend to connect with people. You may not intend on connecting as fast, or you may have how can I say this? You may have good wishes, and you know how people say, I'm not feeling well. Oh, well, I'm praying for you. I hope you feel better. Things like that. So it came to a point where information was given and there was no time to respond. What happened was a reaction. For example, I care for you, Regina. I really do. And if I thought for one moment that you were not okay, and I wasn't expecting a vibe like that, and I'm looking and I'm seeing this, it's going to catch me off guard. You're not going to get a response like I'm doing right now. Right now, I'm responding. You would get a reaction from me. And that's what happened. It was a reaction. It was an honest reaction. It was a genuine reaction. And it was definitely a reaction that I would have given, especially because I care. When you don't want to think the worst, but it happens and you can't control it, you try to pull out. You try to. But the feelings are already invested. It's not a feeling like, you know, superficial, or a feeling like, I see you and I speak and it's all good. It was an actual connection that could have possibly went completely left, and there was no time whatsoever to respond. And I stand 10 toes down. If I had more than 10 toes, I would stand 20 toes down behind my girl, because that was a genuine reaction. We had some time and we talked about it, and the information was a lot plainer later on. The information was a lot plainer later on. But at the time, the thought, the mere thought of someone that you've made a type of connection to, and they might not be okay, and you get that, information, like, boom, no time whatsoever. Like, what? I mean, it was genuine. It was genuine. I heard it for myself, and it was genuine. And all I could do was react to myself. I know that you guys know that Boss Lady and I are very close, and I made sure that I came live because the person's privacy is going to be protected. I'm not going to say their name. The person's privacy is going to be connected, but I wanted you to know that the reaction that she gave was not a reaction as a result of something happening to me. It was a reaction of something that could have possibly happened to someone that we cared about. Not cared about, we care about. So it took a while. It took a couple 24 hours, but I'm here and I'm letting you guys know that the person we were genuinely concerned about is okay. They're okay. And I'm okay. And as you can see, my girl's in the chat and she's okay. But as human beings, we don't always have the textbook response to things that happen that affect us emotionally. We just don't. And I thank God that everything is okay. We still have the person in prayer. We still consider them, someone that we care about. But like I said, it was a reaction. It was a reaction. And for you guys to be in limbo, excuse me, I'm sorry. Sometimes when I talk, I get air in my chest. For you guys to be in limbo until we were able to get everything we needed to get before I spoke on it, for that, I apologize. But I wanted to come on here correct. I wanted to come on here correct. It was something to worry about. It was. It was a genuinely serious situation. And right now, it's a situation that's being monitored. It's a situation that if that person wants to reveal their privacy, I'm going to allow them to do that. But what I will say is that what you guys heard was a genuine response to hearing that possibly someone that we're close to was in really bad trouble. So that person is okay. That person is okay. We all know that when it comes to affairs of emotion, that's not something that you can always control. And being on a live stream, you're listening to music, you're uninhibited, you're talking, you're relaxing, and everything is going smooth. And then something happens and you see it and it catches you off guard. It was genuine. It was pure genuine. And for you guys to be there for her and to ask her, was she okay? Was everything okay? I thank y'all for that. I do. I thank y'all for being there for her because it genuinely did affect her. It genuinely did affect me. So, like I said, I wasn't going to come up on this live stream without the fact. And the facts are that yes, that person was in trouble, big trouble. But right now, thank God, things are better. It's not like it was when the information first came out. And my girl was prepared to reach out. She was prepared to ask for the support and prayers of those who choose to give it because it was warranted. It was truly, truly warranted. That was a serious situation. And I'm telling you, I have not been to sleep. So, yes, it was very serious. I take those type of things seriously because you guys take those type of things seriously. So I thank you again for being there for her. I thank you for understanding. I thank you for being patient. And now that all the facts are in, that person is okay. We still have that person in prayer. We still have that person's family in prayer. But again, there was no time to respond. It was a reaction. It was a pure, genuine reaction. And I cannot say that I would not have done the same. I cannot say I would not have done that. So I thank you guys for supporting Boss Lady's new how do you say new endeavor. I thank you guys for supporting her. And actually, I'm having a hard time getting on that stream. I'm going to keep on trying to do it, but I will be on there as soon as possible. I'll be right there. But I wasn't able to be there with you guys, but I was there. So that person is not in serious trouble as they were last night. Things are better. And again, Boss Lady, your heart was truly in the right place, and it still is. I cannot say that I would not have done the same thing. I probably would have been worse, to tell you the truth. So, although I had chemo the next day, actually in a couple of hours, I did not go to sleep because I needed to know what was going on. And Boss Lady, you've always been 100, and you never ever ever that I know of came out the box, bottle, or can less than 100. And I respect you for that, and I thank you for that. But the best that I can do is to let you guys know that I'm okay. So I don't know what else I could say about that situation. Just know that there's someone in need of your prayers, that they feel better, that they're able to get what they need so they can get back on their feet and do what they love to do. Uh, Let me see. Yes, Terry, all is well. Yes, thank God. Peace at Queen Crystal King and everyone. Everybody is saying hi. Boss Lady said, I apologize at Regina if you got worked up from my response. Baby, that was a reaction. You are human. That was a reaction. And you know what? I say to myself all the time, if I get to the point where I stop feeling, where I stop caring. Well, when I hear something that we heard last night and not have any type of response or reaction to it, then something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. And the people who were concerned about whatever it was that was upsetting you, they care. They care. And if I know Regina the way I believe that I know, she went into warrior mode and she said to herself and anybody else who was in that live stream that whatever it is, Lord, work it out. I'm quite sure you did in your own way. I just have to believe that, because there's no way that genuine emotion came from that chat for my girl at that particular time. That was pseudo, that was fake, that was not genuine. And I thank y'all for being there. I do. But everything is okay. Everything is okay. Absolutely. Prayers up. Apology accepted at Boss Lady. I understand things happen and things can happen unexpectedly in real life. I just wished all would have been handled. Wait a minute. I just wished all would be handled in capable hands. I respect privacy. I appreciate you respecting that. I do. I was caught off guard at the moment, but I'm happy everything is getting better. That's the attitude. Thank you, Crystal King, and thank you, Regina M. Not a problem. Yes, everyone just keep prayers coming. That's the best we can do right now. You are absolutely correct about my reaction, Crystal. I'm glad. I'm glad that you I'm glad that you said that, because that is what I believe that your reaction was. I do. It gets to the point where sometimes it gets really dark, and it's okay to care, but a reaction like that, a uncontrollable reaction like that, was genuine. And all I could do was be there for my girl. I didn't have time to come on and say anything or do anything. It was time to get the facts. It was time to make sure that everything was everything. And once we were satisfied that everything was everything, this is when I came on, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that things are not the way they were at that moment anymore. And I believe it's due to the prayers. I believe it's due to faith. And I believe it's due to God stepping in and doing what needed to be done at that moment. Boss Lady said, Regina M., please don't think for one moment I didn't have you in mind, but we came to a collective decision to just wait for today. That's what happened. And I'm glad that you guys trusted us enough and kept the faith and waited until we were able to speak with you, or I was able to speak with you, and to help you understand that sometimes when information is given that way, even if it's something that changed a second later, that tends to be twisted and molded and turned into something that it absolutely was not. What it was a genuine reaction to someone that we both cared about that was in a crisis. And in order to protect that person's privacy, we had to take that time out and make sure that everything was everything, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. The information would have been passed on to you, but those type of things have to go through levels. There's levels to that. There's family to that. There's respect to that. And there's privacy to that. So I wouldn't want someone to blurt out something about me, and I know that you would not have meant it that way, but there are people who are looking for those type of loopholes to be demons, just straight up demons. They have nothing going on in their real life, and they're looking for something to latch on to. And even if it was retracted, even if it was, I made a mistake, or I spoke prematurely, or I just had a reaction and not a response, it wouldn't have mattered. All you heard was what you wanted to hear. So collectively, we decided to make sure that we had all the facts first before I came on here and I spoke. And I have all the facts, and the fact remains that that person is no longer in crisis anymore, and they're still in our prayers. And we're asking humbly if you could keep that person in your prayers until this situation is resolved, because I know that it will be resolved. We had the confirmation to speak on it, but we decided, wait. I'm glad we did. And I'm glad that you said that, because when I said that there's levels to this and there's family to this, she asked, Boss Lady asked, would you like me to reach out to supporters? And the answer was yes. And we still decided to wait. And I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that we decided to wait, and it came out the way it did. So again, that was genuine, that was pure, raw reaction to someone that we care about, and a crisis happened in the middle of, and we are I'm kind of tongue tied because I'm still thinking about it. In the wee hours of the morning, and it could have went really, really left, but it did not. So that's what I'm concentrating on right now. It didn't go left. Yes, prayers are needed. Prayers are truly needed. Regina said at Boss Lady, oh, sweetie, I understand. I knew in due time it would be addressed. Too many people, too many of us here that genuinely care for each other and support each other. Respect. You're right about that. Absolutely, Crystal King. Yes. And I had to pray, and I had to get my words together so that when I spoke, this is polished compared to what was going to happen. This is very polished. Like I said, I had time to think. I had time to get the facts. I had time to have my reaction, because I truly did. And I have not been asleep. I have not been asleep. So after I make this live, which is going to be very short, guys, it's going to be very short. Please forgive me, because the process that I go through is very draining. It takes a lot out of me. The pre-meds sometimes take hours. And once they give you the medicine to prepare you for the main medicine, You have to eat in between. You have to stay hydrated. You know, you keep, well, I keep my circle very small, and that's another thing. The circle is very small. And because the circle is very small, that type of information was devastating. So I've been working really, really diligently to get enough strength to come on here and say what I need to say and choose my words wisely. God, I thank you. I thank you for choosing the person that we care about to come through this. I thank you for keeping our circle small. I thank you for allowing us to feel, because it's gotten to the point where I'm really afraid that people are starting not to feel anymore. Exactly, Regina M. You was there, and I was not going to leave you hanging, not at all. Prayers for the ones we care for, yes. And even prayers for the ones that we're concerned about, okay? Them too. Because please don't take for granted that tomorrow is promised to you. It's not. You are not owed tomorrow. You are not owed the next 15 minutes. You're not. And me, myself, speaking for myself, I suffer from panic anxiety. And panic anxiety sometimes, mostly a large percent of the time, take my brain to the worst case scenario, and I can't control it. It's like a fast moving train. That's the only way I can describe it. And you see something in the middle of the track. You're trying to slow down. You're trying not to hit what's in the middle of the track, but it seems like the train is going faster and faster and faster. And there's nothing I can do about it but just brace myself. So I panicked, and I understand what panic is. So that's something that I pray about, and that's something that I work with every single day. Prayers for the ones we care for. Yes. Girl, yes. And you don't want you don't want to you don't want to crash and burn. You don't want to. But it's moving so fast, and your mind is moving so fast, and your heart is pumping so fast. It's like all you can get out is, oh God. Oh God. And for those who understand what a panic anxiety attack is, sometimes it comes on slow, sometimes it's a buildup, and sometimes it's just a straight sucker punch. And it wasn't intentional. It's just something that happens so fast and so quick that there was nothing that we could do about it in that second. Nothing. But right now, God has God is in control. And again, I always say, God is not on his way. He's always been here. He's always been here. Always been here. And I don't want to just call on him in a time of trouble. I want to be able to take time during my day sometimes and meditate. I like to listen to motivational things. You know, I like to watch YouTube. I like some mess, and I like some positivity. I like a little bit of everything. But all I can say, as someone who deals with panic anxiety on a daily basis, and I fight, not only am I fighting cancer, fighting panic anxiety and staying positive and being able to come onto my channel and being able to invite you guys onto my channel so that you can relax and you can take your mind off a lot of the F-ish, and we can talk about what we need to talk about. And we have nothing to prove to anyone. As you can see, it's not about numbers over here. I would like to have more subscribers, but if I do not, I will settle for those who are genuine or those who enjoy the commentary, good, bad, or indifferent, and respect what it is we're trying to do over here. There's a whole vibe over here. There's a whole vibe over there in the VIP. There's a whole vibe over there. And again, we have nothing to prove to anyone. That was pure. That was genuine. That was straight from the rip. Hearing something about someone that you care about. So there's really nothing more that I can say about that. Hopefully, I have put some questions to rest, but you will not hear me invade that person's privacy and say any more than what I've said. Bless them, bless the family, and continued prayers, and God continue to cover them. And he's going to have his way anyway. The Lord is going to have his way anyway. I just have to learn to accept it. And that was just that was too big for me to accept at that period. It just was too big for me. I didn't know whether I was going to have to roll up out of here. And I was very concerned, for Boss Lady, because like I said, that was straight off the rip. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. So collectively, I believe that we handled it in a respectable manner. I'm hoping that the person that we're speaking of takes it and receives it the way I'm giving it, straight from my heart. And I will never stop praying for things to get better. I'll never stop praying for that. I may get tired, I may get weary, and there are some days where that panic anxiety will tell me that, see, you keep praying and nothing's getting better. See, you still broke, you still sick, you still have cancer. All these things are still happening to you, but yet why do you still pray? Because guess what? That's all I know how to do. That's what I was taught as a child. It started off with my blessings over my food. And then it went to my prayers at night, and it graduated to Sunday school. It graduated to church. It graduated to seeing situations come to light in my home when, all scorecards read 0. And for some odd reason, God made it happen for us. So I believe that God can make it happen for this person and their family to continue to get better so that this situation can be far behind us. You ain't never lied. Oh, girl. Care, concern, like family. Yes. Well put. I thank you. I thank you for that. It took me a while to come up on here, but I thank you for that. I'm glad that you feel that it was handled in a manner that, you can respect and you can stand by as well. I thank y'all. I really, truly do. Um, right now, I'm going to have to come off because I have truly given the very last bit of what I had left of my day into this live. I poured my heart into it. I thought about it. I prayed about it. And I'm glad that, again, you guys received it the way I gave it. That was from my heart. That was genuine. That was as a friend. And it will always come from a place of love and peace and well wishes. It will always come from that. If I don't have anything like that to give and I ever spoke in reverse, then something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Crystal needs to log off for a good while. But I can't see myself coming up here and not trying to give genuine concern and genuine prayer for those who are suffering right now. It's not a complete 100% out of the woods, but I tell you what a difference a day makes. And I'll take it. I'll take it. What a difference a day makes. Thank you guys again for being there for my girl. I wasn't able to be there for her in that chat, but you can best believe I was there and I'm still there. It took a lot for her to hold that live up. She almost didn't want to let y'all go. Because you had her back and she felt it. She knows y'all had her back in that chat. I thank y'all so much for that. But again, what a difference a day makes. Thank you at Queen Crystal. You and BLNJ are appreciated. Thank you both for sharing of yourselves. We thank you for receiving us as ourselves because we don't know any other way to be. We don't know any other way to be. There are just some things that need to be worked out in private. Everything is not for YouTube. And that was not for YouTube at the time. Yes, Boss Lady said, I appreciate that. And we appreciate you. You're welcome, Regina. And thank you. Thank y'all so much. I can't thank you enough. I truly can't. So everybody, the ones who weren't able to be a part of the live stream, the ones who were in the chat at the time, who were not understanding what was going on, hopefully they'll get a chance to catch the replay. And I can only give you what I feel comfortable giving you. And I can only disclose the respect that I would want someone to disclose about me. You're not going to get anything like that about me without going through levels. And sometimes levels are just taking a deep breath and saying to yourself, let me think about, wait a minute, what just happened? Wait, what? That's basically where it was. Like, we got to make sense of this. We got to make sense of this. I'm going to be there for you, and you're going to be there for me, and we're going to be there for them. But we got to make sense of this before a live stream. So you guys trusted us enough to do what we needed to do so that we can come and let you guys know that everything is okay. And I should have named this What a Difference a Day Makes. It's 24 hours made a big difference. Yes, deuces. Yeah, let us gather ourselves. I mean, that was way, way too much. But we made it. We made it, y'all. We made it. And let's continue to be there for each other. You know, don't question yourself if you feel something for someone or a situation. Don't question that. That's just God letting you know that he's present in your body, in your mind, in your heart, and you still have a spirit of empathy. That's one thing that if you don't, I know for myself, if I can't empathize with another human being, to me, that's the beginning of something very, very dark. And I empathized with her, trying to gather herself. And I thank you guys so much for being there for her. Thank you so much. You have that right. What a difference a day makes. Yes. So, Boss Lady has given you her deuces, and I'm about to give you my love, my peace, and my chicken grease. Thank you guys. Thank you so, so much. Keep your hearts open. Don't close your heart down. Keep your hearts open. Even if you talk to your pillow at night and you don't want nobody to know that you care like that, get it out of you. Let God know that you appreciate that you still have empathy for another human being in their situation. Love, peace, and chicken grease, everybody.